Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing another interesting reaction video. And yes, it is time to get right back to another brand new reaction video here and yet again on the second channel of Devin-Foxy's Sonic channel. Yeah, that's right, the voice behind Knuckles, Big Knuckles, Uganda Knuckles, and the Sonic characters and non-Sonic characters, as highly to say most likely that yes, today's reaction video, we will be getting this started. As right now, as always, we will begin shortly as of right now. So, that being said, it is time to do so, and yes, we're going to definitely do that. And yes, it will pretty much be the fight, apparently, that's going to probably be right there in the title every time. So, yeah, I wonder who really is going to win. Will it be Zelda or Peach? Well, in this very question, I will have to say this in a very full amount of an honest question, is I think Peach would win. Even though I probably would be less into Zelda and then just be a bit more to Peach, which in this full amount of honesty, I probably just still prefer Mario over than the Legend of Zelda, which I think The Legend of Zelda is pretty okay at its finest, but I still probably prefer at the end of the day that would probably still be as likely to just be as, like, you know, Mario stuff. Like as that being said, even though as a Sonic fan, I probably would still say is like, Peach will probably win. I mean, at this point, she's gonna probably just win. It's conversation after conversation. That's all I'm gonna say. At the end of the day, it's just conversation to conversation. Like, that's all I'm asking, and that's all I'm saying at this very only time. Which, no offense, but just trying to keep it as always as a cool way to explain and just say is like, well, it's just an explanation. That's it. And then also, by the way, let me tell you guys this, by the way, that yes, the person that did pass away was the person in the last video I did briefly mention, by the way, fully mention, was about David Rosen. Yeah, the founder, I think it was the co-founder of Sega, which I did kind of feel bad for the guy for passing away. So, yeah, I kind of felt bad for the guy, even though he still did make some Sega machines, by the way, of some Sega arcade machines at some point that Sega had finally was like getting reshaped of its own like establishment of its like business stuff. And yeah, he was like a businessman that was known to be is, for those who just want to get the full amount of context of who David Rosen is, oh, he was like a businessman, a bit of like, oh, a person that went to war and like Korean, I think that was about that. I think it was about mentioning Korean. He stayed in Japan for a little while before he even decided like, he kind of retired and he went to Los Angeles, and that's probably what happened. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, he died by the age of 95, which that does kind of suck for most reasons, though. But at least, well, it did came to the time where that was gonna happen. So, ouch. I mean, the only thing that does come to be around to be a little safe at this point from like encountering somewhere in the like the 90s or something like that, which sometimes, not gonna be too offensive or whatever. I think the only thing you probably have to survive other than 90s or 80s at some point, maybe just like survive it around like the 60s or 70s of staying around a little bit more. So that's all I probably would say for those who probably would like understood at this point, which, I mean, there's going to be some times where things might be random at some points of time. It's just going to be a amount of like every random loop on different random loops that depends on, of how the body is exactly, of how it stays full amount of healthy. That's all I'm just saying, in a full honest way, in a fair amount of way, just to say that and describe what I have to probably point out exactly, just not to be offensive, but just fully be honest. And that's what I'm saying, as only a Sonic fan, but I probably want to mention otherwise, is that yeah, I did feel bad for the guy who passed away, was David Rosen. I did feel bad for him for passing away, even though that he did pretty good reshaping Sega. I mean, without reshaping Sega, it probably wouldn't be doing a very good thing exactly if that's still didn't do as much, which even though it still was the Nintendo versus Sega era, I get the most of it. I probably get the point and understood why, which still yet again makes sense as I probably am saying it otherwise. It yet again, like it would be probably be the only way possible. It would be something like I don't know, fully amount of honesty here and say this question is like you know, it's just how the era probably is, I guess, with the era of like Nintendo versus Sega going on. Even if it still continues to happen today or at anywhere else tomorrow, it still probably continues to tribute itself, I guess, for its history, I think, for as long it probably does. So yeah, I probably may get a few cents being right and a few less cents wrong, but I'm just only guessing of only if its way of how it continues to do so. But yeah, all I gotta say is rest in peace for David Rosen. Rest in peace. For those who want to watch the recent last video, go ahead and check that out. And yes, like I did also mention that there will be a parody video soon, which I probably am working at that, by the way, as possible. That I'm actually instantly working on that parody video as I probably am making it. And yes, the only special guest who's going to probably sorry, my words are a little bit mixed up a little bit sometimes, so forgive me again if my words just get mixed up at this point, which I'm just trying to stop myself each single time if I get my words wrong. That's how I'm going to keep coming back and stop saying it, so that's why I'm going to keep saying so, just to kind of like fully get the detail. So what I'm actually am going to say here, by the way, is that yes, there is, by the way, going to be a parody video soon, which I mean, there's going to be a few characters that might be appearing to the video at like a parody video. And yes, it's the same person of the co-founder that Sonic, by the way, hasn't even really heard of, by the way. I mean, he probably did heard of a little bit of who he is, but at this point, we're going to find out and see what happens anyway in this very how heartbreaking it's going to feel like for Sonic a little bit, which yeah, I mean, he's going to kind of go through that phase a little bit for a while of like depression a little bit just through like that, I guess. I mean, it might be around like 15 days or 10 days or something like that, which I know it still hasn't been confirmed of getting that parody video out the way and just fully have it in exactly, which the only person who might probably be able to talk to Sonic would probably be either one of the Mario brothers, which, yes, one of the Mario brothers will get a chance to probably go ahead and find Sonic in a little bit and talk with him. Which, I mean, the only person who would that be, I think, at the end of the time, I'll admit to say, is like the only person, by the way, however, this only thing I could mention otherwise is that, let me just say, is this. Well, the only person who would that be would be Luigi. Yes, Luigi himself would definitely go ahead and talk to Sonic. Since, well, we're gonna probably find out a little later until I reveal the next thing happening on the parody video. Which, no, there isn't a parody fight. It's just gonna be something different. About like something hitting different a little bit for Sonic, just to kind of like feel something a little different that he's never even felt before. But without anything being wasted, likely being as always, let me just get to the point of the video so that the video doesn't get extendedly too long of explanations. But this is just like a full amount, like a format explanation of how the parody video is going to be continually likely to be made. At some point of me figuring out how am I going to do this and how am I going to fully get to that. So that's all I want to talk about. That's all I wanted to say. Anyway, that being said, thank you guys very much for understanding of why the parody video is waiting for a couple of like, I don't know, however it's going to be like. Whenever I get the parody video out, I'll actually say this again, that trust me, the parody video will be out at some point and will be fully considered being released at some time that it might be ready. So that being said, and oh yeah, there will be another version 2 in the 5th channel that will also be the same thing, but this time Luigi might actually talk to Sonic a little more differently, even though that some parody videos are a little bit going to be the same, but different in some interesting conversations. But anyway, that being said, let's do this. Let's react to this starting here right now. And oh yeah, it's the same person who definitely made Mario versus Minecraft video, I think, was just about that, I think. So anyway, that being said, here we go. Let's see if Peach is going to finally win. Let's see. Oh, there's the Goomba. Huh. Okay. Oh, of course it's gonna be a club. Ooh! Oh, damn! Man, ouch! Right in the head, bro. Like, that's gotta be painful. I mean, as a Sonic fan, I kind of find it a little hilarious, but even though I probably don't disrespect two female characters to begin with, but like I said, rivalries are rivalries sometimes, and sometimes that always happens in different occurring answers. But anyway, that being said, let's continue right straight to the video and get straight point with it. So here we go. Man, what a hit! Wow. Uh, oh, here we go. Oh, a fist fight to a umbrella. Wow, that's crazy. Ooh. Ow. Damn. Well, I guess something really got the umbrella. Huh. Damn. Chuck. Man, that made me sneeze a little bit. Man, definitely made me sneeze a little bit. Anyway, sorry about that. I just had a sneeze, folks. I just had a sneeze. Anyway, back to the video. Damn, another hit. Well, there it goes. Again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, the other side of the lake. Damn. Wait a minute. Oh, what? Hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta do this for 1 second. Hold on. You're telling me that Peach knows how to use her umbrella in the water? I didn't know that. Like, I didn't seriously know that. How that actually happened. Like, that, by the way, has got to take a lot of class to ever kind of use the umbrella in the water while it's like a jet ski. That is the most interesting move development I ever seen right there. And holy God, that is crazy. Like, bro, that, by the way, is class I gotta ever see right there. Like, damn, like that is the most interesting class I've ever seen right there. Like, don't get me wrong, but that is like the most interesting class I ever have witnessed. Nice. Well done from Peach. Very nice job for Peach. Well, let's see if she finds Zelda again. What? Oh, wait a minute. Is that Sheik? Hold on a minute. What? Damn! Wow! Hey! Oh, wow! No freaking way! A fiery arrow? No way. Man, this is getting real heck right there. It's so real. Yeah, it makes sense that Zelda was being disguised as that character. I never knew that Zelda can shapeshift. And also, for those who can tell me this again, is that since when in the world did Zelda ever shapeshift into Sheik for a little bit of this minute? Hold on a minute and wait a minute. How the heck did that even happen? Like, that is insane. Like, no, really. That is, like, pretty insane, I will have to admit here. Like, there's no way that there is ever a thing how Zelda did all of that, but that's gotta be something. Really gotta be something for that again. Huh. Okay. Oh, man. Here we go. Yep. A Goomba. What is it doing? Okay, for a minute there, I kind of thought this was funny, but yeah, what the hell is Goomba doing? Or most likely, Mr. Bullocks is doing. He's eating a dress. That has turned out to be Zelda's dress. What is even going on with this? Wow, imagine it's eating a dress for no reason at all, but okay. Okay. Something I would have figured out, but good damn. Well, oh, ouch. Well, I guess I'll say, damn. Really, damn. Makes more sense than I would ever had thought right here. Man, you're here to tell me that Zelda actually won in this fight? Okay, well, I thought Peach was going to win, but I'll say I got stand corrected. That, well, I guess Zelda actually did win this fight after all. I'm like very surprised and anxiously surprised to know how that even happened. So, man, that is crazy. Like, that is insanely crazy. Like, I'll tell you this. That, by the way, is insane. I'll admit to say this question right here, folks. Oh my god. Like, there's no way how that fight was turning down right there. Like, oh man, that's crazy fight I had ever watched. Like, man, imagine how this was turning out between, like, how Zelda was actually beating Peach for this. Like, okay, well, I didn't expect that coming. Like, I really didn't see that how that was going down for it. Like, man, I just don't get how the heck that was happening. So, oof. Like, oof. Anyway, this video was nicely perfect. The perfect video I had ever watched a little bit. Even though this did came to a princess fight anyway, to a cat fight, after all, for how that was turning down. Man, what an interesting face-off I had ever seen right here between two princesses from different worlds, apparently from Mario and Zelda. Man, that, by the way, was crazy. Like, that, by the way, was the most interesting video I ever watched. Not only how interesting that was, but I kind of give that performance for how Peach was doing this was actually pretty good. Was actually very good. Which I just didn't see, by the way, but wow. Some fight and some video I had ever watched, which is just well done and very well edited here. Like, man, these fight scenes are very good. Like, so freaking base that I never seen anything like this. But oh man, that somehow I just didn't expect how that was turning in here. So, man, crazy. And also, in fact, man, I think Sheik almost literally got Peach in the freaking eye. Like, with that fire bow and arrow, though. Like, oh my god, how the hell was that close enough from the eye? Man, that's gonna be insane. Of course, until Zelda, by the way, actually decided, like, well, I think Zelda apparently, well, pretty much shapeshifted back to herself, but I'm like, yeah, I just didn't see how that was coming, and I did not expect from how that was going right on for that, so no idea how that was doing for that one, man. Really didn't expect that, and I really have to say is like, okay, well, something I never seen right here before, even if it was a different fact of this video, but yeah, didn't really know how that was going to go right in this, so oof. And rip indeed. So, that being said, I'll see you guys once again, absolutely, in the next video. So take care, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. And this is yours to truly to say so that I am myself to be is Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered. Which, by the way, I was going to say that. Which, for those, again, if I have said that, by the way, if I had or have not, then that's all I want to probably talk about. And just say it's like, well, even if I did say the name, which I probably still did, or may have not said it yet, but whatever, at least I still tried. But for that reason, though, alone, that I probably did want to point out exactly, let's just say is this. That, man, this video was actually pretty good for once. So, damn. Based video and well done indeed and nicely done. So, that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Signing out. Peace out. And bye bye, everyone. And we'll see you guys, in fact, absolutely, in the next video. And yes, once again, I'm about to sign off as always. So thank you guys very much for watching. And we'll see you guys absolutely in the next video. Take care, everyone. And it's time to sign out as always. And I'll see you guys for the next video. As truly as always, please be sure to do these 4 things: is like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. Anyway, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. As truly as yet to be said as always, I'll see you guys for the next video. Signing right out. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Goodbye. And see you guys for the next video. And don't forget, by the way, the parody video is definitely coming up next, which even though if it's being worked on, by the way, which, yes, again, I'm going to have to get some characters, apparently, that might appear to the parody video exactly, which I think the whole thing is going to be more likely into some of the parts, apparently, of the video itself that I might think that I might have to do so, or maybe do the full version of the parody video itself, which, who knows, by the way, until then, like, who knows when that's ready, because at this point, it's going to be worth something that's going to probably be full likely into this one. So, that being said, I'll let you guys are ready. And I will say again, I hope that you guys are exactly ready to see what happens next. So, that being said, I'll see you next time. And, oh yeah, what do I rate this video out of? I rate this video into a 10 out of 10 for me, since this video was pretty common and the video was actually pretty dang based and pretty very looking good. Like, man, I've never seen a fight like this of a cat fight in almost a long time, of having 2 princesses, similar princesses, who are actually going to face each other in this fight, which is crazy. I mean, wow. Says for the first whack I ever seen with a golf club. Like, a golf club! Right into Zelda's head. Right the back of her head. Oh, wow. That is something I just didn't see right here. I'm like, okay, well, first hit is always first hit, so didn't really expect that. Anyway, that being said, I'll see you guys for the next video. Take care, and I'll see you next time. And oh yeah, the parody video is coming up right next. And oh yeah, I'm probably going to get some characters who might still appear to do on some of the parody videos from there and then. Which, yeah, some characters of the Sonic characters and non-Sonic characters will yet to definitely appear on some videos that will actually be there. You know, just in for the parody video, I might actually be deciding, you know, for my own kind of decidement, by the way, of how that's going to go and how that's going to work. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. And oh yes, you guys will get to see Luigi, by the way, to probably appear at somewhere exactly that he might appear to, like, talk with Sonic a little bit and see how he's doing, which I know, like I said, it's been a long time since Luigi has ever probably have came back to probably, like, see Sonic and his friends, which I actually did remember a fact, by the way, in the other parody video. Like, it was pretty much a 3-on-2 fight exactly with, like, the Mario Brothers versus Sonic and his friends, which I think there was just, like, the game exactly of Sonic and Tails and Knuckles were in a parody video that were going to fight against Mario and Luigi, which I think that did kind of happen at some point in the parody video. So that's probably what also happened. And man, how did I not remember that? And I probably did remember it before that could have happened. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. So, anyways, that being said, that yes, Luigi, by the way, will definitely get to show up, and he, on the other hand, is going to probably hang out and talk with Sonic a little bit, even though that Sonic's going to probably, kind of recover almost for 10 or 15 days, as the parody video is going to be the exact parody video that I will be, as long as my nose doesn't kind of bug me, or I just won't have any snots anymore, which even though I'm just trying to be aware and prevent from not, like, having snots around my nose or whatsoever. But that's all I want to talk about, and that's all I want to mention anyways, and that being always to be said as likely as wise. So, anyway, just want to tell you guys what's going on and tell you guys what's going to happen in the next one. That, even though I'm working on pretty well to make the parody video kind of happen, by the way, make the parody video definitely happen, which I'm actually am going to come up with the name and will come up with the name shortly of that name. So, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care and signing right out, and we'll see you guys absolutely in the next video. And it's time to sign out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and bye bye. See you guys for the next video. Signing out.